following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's Ravens Report, we take a look at the Ravens' big win over the Patriots with Ravens Wired. We sit down with wide receiver Devin Duvernay to talk about his hot start to the season. Plus, head coach John Harbaugh previews Sunday's game against the Bills. All that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
They're dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Welcome to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. Well, Week 3 provided a chance at a bit of redemption after a disappointing loss to the Dolphins, and the Ravens seized it with an impressive 37-26 win over the Patriots in Foxborough. And it was a complete team effort, with Lamar Jackson once again pacing the offense with 5 touchdowns and another 100-yard rushing game. And then the defense, especially down the stretch, sealing the game with 3 takeaways in the Patriots' final 3 possessions. But where the Ravens showed immense improvement was in the trenches. And for more on that Ravens rushing attack and the offensive line, here's Brian Billick with this week's Billick's Breakdown.
Another big day for the Ravens offense on the road. You all know I constantly talk about the ability to win on the road as a hallmark of such a great team. And against the Patriots, Lamar had what has now become standard play, over 200 yards passing, 4 TDs, again over 100 yards rushing. But Justin Hill kicked in, had 6 carries for 10 yards per carry. But the offensive line with Powers, Linderbaum, Zeitler, Moses, and Falalele were just spectacular. Let's look at this first play. What you're going to see is the Ravens start with Ricard, and he goes into motion. And I want you to look at the formation that they built, because you're going to see this a number of times. They basically build what's called a spread or duo right formation, basically 2 tight ends and a slot, okay? And then what they do is it's kind of interesting. You're going to watch the action of the quarterback. They're going to pull the guard. They're going to pull the right guard. He's going to, like a mini trap or a lead play. Now, I want you to watch what Lamar does. Clearly, this is a give and a handoff. The offensive line does a great job of sealing, down, kick out with the guard. Ricard moves up to the second level. But I want you to watch what Lamar Jackson does as well. He boots out the backside. Look at the backside of the defense. They have to honor that with Lamar. That means they're a man short, and obviously Hill does a great job hitting the hole, following the lead block by the guard, and getting up. Now, we're going to see this variation a couple different ways. On the next play, I want you to see, because we're going to see this combination as well. Now they're just in the typical 2-by-2. It's spread out, typically a 3 wide receiver set. And you're going to see the Ravens come into motion. Again, I want you to watch what this motion and action. They end up kind of running the same play. You can see what they're doing. They're pulling the guard. They're going down with the tackle, going down with the tight end. They're bringing the back across. And now, again, I want you to watch the backside, because in this instance, the defense has to wait and honor this, basically what amounts to a jet sweep, or Lamar can keep it. And he did a great job in keeping it here. He could have given it for the jet sweep. He saw the way they reacted. Watch the way the linebackers and the trail DB on the motion. Look how they're flying to handle that jet sweep. It just opens up this huge hole for Lamar, and he takes advantage of it in only the way that Lamar can. All right, now let's go back to the next play. Now, again, variations on the theme. Now they're already set in it. Right now, we've motioned over to this slot set, but now you're going to see this trips alignment at the bottom. Now, this is 2 big tight ends. It's Ricard. Look at the top and the slot. It's Ricard who's in the slot this time. Same look we saw in the first play, where now the trips man would move over and get into the slot, but now they're going to motion Ricard. And they're going to bring him what is just a super big. You're talking about Ricard coming into the right side. You got the 2 tight ends on the right. This is a lot of bodies, obviously, for them to deal with. And I want you to watch again. Lamar ability, if he wants to pull this out and go along to the slot side, and we're eventually going to see that, but he wisely hands the ball off. Great push by the offensive line. Kick out by the pull man, the big bodies. He finds Essie, he stretches, gets up into the second level, has a 34-yard gain. Outstanding job by Ricard, by the offensive line, down, kicking out, one-on-one blocks. Just a great job, and you can see this repeating of the scheme that we're talking about. Same plays, different formations, people in different situations.
And if this Ravens offensive line can keep improving, and now with the return of a healthy J.K. Dobbins, the run game can be a key piece for this offense once again this season. Coming up next on Ravens Report, we take a look at the journey to Baltimore's win over New England in this week's Ravens Wire.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. So last week's Patriots game provided more than just an opportunity to bounce back after a tough Week 2 loss. New England was the last AFC opponent John Harbaugh, over the course of his now 15 years as head coach, had yet to beat on the road in the regular season. And the head coach can now check that off the list of accomplishments thanks to all three phases of his football team working together. And for more on a historic win, here's Pat Ricard, mic'd up for Ravens Wired.
I just want you to take 10 seconds. I just want you to think about your role. Your role on special teams, your role on offense, your role on defense, what winning football looks like for your group, for your position group, for your phase, and for you. Just think about what it looks like tomorrow in that stadium. So let's start right now. When you're prepared, it's simple, right? Can you see it? Can you see it? Okay, let's roll.
Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts on an overcast Sunday as the Ravens look for a redemption Sunday and a first ever regular season win in Foxborough.
We're going to play hard. I know this group going to play hard, and that's all that matters. Let's go do it. RB's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Have fun. I need it today, bro. Everything that's in here, let's leave it on this damn field. Let them fill us from first to the end.
Hey, man, it's time to let that dog out, right? All week, man. Let's go. Come on.
Jackson fakes the snap. Under pressure, escapes the pocket, running to the right. He's got room to run. Crosses the 40, gets the first down. The pass complete to Ricard. He's to the 10, and Pat Ricard is all the way down to the 5-yard line of the Patriots. Jackson empties the backfield. He drifts to his right. Shovel pass. Mark Andrews in for the touchdown. Tremendous play design and execution as Mark Andrews slipped right through the Patriot defense, and the Ravens grab the early lead. 5:58 to play in the first half, and for the first time today, New England has the lead. Patriots 10, Ravens 7.
2 points is not going to beat us. 2 points is not going to beat us. Nope. Lock in, do your job, let's play some Ravens defense. That's it.
Get a drive going now, boys.
Jackson will keep it on the read option, crossing the 25, 30, 35, still on his feet. And that is good for a Ravens first down. Look, when all else fails, Lamar's legs usually don't. Hands it to Hill, he's got a hole, 45, 40. That's good for 11 yards and back-to-back first downs. This is what we expect from the Ravens offense at the end of a half and at the end of the game. The ability to kill clock, gain yards, and then you got to get that third feature in there, and that is put up points. Looking for Andrews, reaches up, he makes the catch! Touchdown, Mark Andrews! He reached over the defender on an underthrown ball and somehow salvaged a touchdown out of what could have been a disaster. Jackson wants to throw off the play fake, fires to the end zone, touchdown! Oliver comes up with a reach back grab, and Josh Oliver, with his first touchdown of the season, puts the Ravens back in front. Devin Duvernay awaits the punt. Duvernay is off to an historic start this season.
Foot on the gas now. Foot on the gas.
Jackson fakes the inside handoff. He keeps it. He's got room. 35, 30. Leg raise 25. Gets outside the numbers 20. Needs a block at the 10. A 38-yard run. Blitz pressure coming. Jackson fires back in the end zone. Duvernay makes the catch. Does he get his feet in bounds? He does! Touchdown, Devin Duvernay!
So Duvernay started the drive with an outstanding kick return and finished it with outstanding catch.
All we got to do is play our defense. It's going to come our way. It's going to come. And when it starts coming our way, it ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop.
Jones on second down, steps up, fires. It's intercepted at the 43-yard line. The veteran Josh Bynes with the first interception of the day for the Ravens. So Justin Tucker on for a 56-yard field goal attempt, and it is good from 56.
Justin Tucker has redefined what a kicker is in the National Football League.
Ron, it isn't often in the NFL that you go through a terrible situation like the Ravens did in the fourth quarter a week ago, and 1 week later you get the chance to show you've improved. 3rd and goal from the Ravens 10. Jones backpedals under pressure, lobs for Parker, looking in the end zone. It is intercepted. Marlon Humphrey with a pick, and the Ravens come up with a huge defensive play that deflates the entire stadium.
It's still a one-touchdown game, so treat it like it right now.
Jones fires down the middle. It is caught at midfield. Aguilar has it. He fumbles it at the 40, and the Ravens recover at the 27-yard line. How about that? The rookie who made such crucial mistakes a week ago in Miami, 1 week later, comes up with a gigantic play.
Offense, they can score one more time, put some points on the board, put that more pressure on them.
Jackson out of the gun on 3rd and 1. Fakes a handoff. Lamar will keep it. He's got room. He's to the 5. He walks in. Touchdown! Lamar Jackson with a knockout shot.
Lamar Jackson's amazing. Isn't he just so amazing? What can't this man do? One more.
Mac Jones will throw on 1st down. Lobs it over the middle. It is picked off. Marcus Peters will slide down with the ball in the 45-yard line. The Hayes in the barn.
That's outstanding play. I mean, so you go from giving up 28 points, and then the next week you get 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter. So that tells you where their mindset is at. That tells you the message that John Harbaugh and Mike McDonald had to this defense.
A Ravens comeback win, 37-26 over Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots.
This game always has been, is, and always will be about the players. All right, bring it up here, Rick. About the players.
One more time.
Players on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Players.
With Lamar Jackson's performance against the Patriots, he now leads the league in passer rating and total touchdowns. Right behind him, Bills quarterback Josh Allen, which makes for a fun matchup Sunday at the Bank. Coming up next on Ravens Report, it's been an impressive few games for receiver Devin Duvernay, and we sit down to talk to him about his exciting start to the season next. Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Evan Washburn. Devin Duvernay is having a breakout season in year 3 as a pro. He's scored at least a touchdown in every game this season. Now, he's always been a threat as a returner, but has emerged as a reliable and dynamic pass catcher this season. And for more on his hot start, here's Devin with our Shelby Gurnath.
Blitz pressure coming. Jackson fires back of the end zone. Duvernay makes the catch. Touchdown, Devin Duvernay.
To see him kind of flourish in the last few games in this season, fulfillment of those expectations is just great. He's never satisfied. He's just never satisfied. And that kind of mindset, it goes a long way.
Devin, this team went into a tough environment on Sunday. It's a place the Ravens had never won before in the regular season. How did it feel going into Foxborough and coming out with the victory?
I mean, going in, we were super confident. We knew the type of team we were playing. We knew they were physical, hostile environment. But, I mean, yeah, just leaving with a win was big for us. Get back on track. We didn't turn out the way we wanted to last week. So yeah, it was definitely good to get a win.
Being able to bounce back after that Miami game, what does that say about this team?
I mean, adversity comes, and things aren't perfect. You just gotta be able to put things in the past, stay on track, and go on to the next.
Last year, you were a Pro Bowl kick returner, but you've always had a role on this offense. This offseason, what goals did you have to make your mark as a wide receiver?
Man, I just wanted to, just be a guy the coaches and my teammates could trust. Kept working on myself, my game, all aspects of it, and so I can perform on Sundays and show them that I can be a good receiver too.
Well, now you're leading the team in touchdowns. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's good. Just credit to the work I put in, and big shout out to my teammates and my coaches for trusting me and just working with me.
How have you been able to find that success in the red zone this season?
I mean, just running my route, and the ball comes my way. Coach always says it has to be us or nobody. So, just making a play when I see the ball in the air and, trying to come down with it.
There were a lot of questions this offseason about this wide receiver room. Do you guys think you have quieted the doubters?
I mean, I guess you could say that, but I mean, we never really focused on the outside noise and, what they were saying and, if they believed in us or not. We focus internally. We all believe in each other. We all know what we're capable of, and we knew we're capable of things like what we're doing now.
Well, the Ravens now have the #1 points per game offense in the NFL. What has allowed this unit to have that kind of success this season?
We're just playing together. I feel like we're executing well, we're communicating well, and we're all on the same page. It's easy to play with a bunch of unselfish guys. Keep helping each other out, and the sky's the limit, we feel like.
Well, now this week's matchup is against the high-powered Buffalo Bills. What are the keys for this offense going up against that talented Bills defense?
Not hurt ourselves, just continue to play Raven ball, play how we know we can, execute, don't hurt ourselves with penalties, negative plays, things like that, and I think we'll be just fine.
Devin, we're gonna end with some rapid fire this or that questions. Air hockey or skee ball?
Netflix.
Kickoff return or punt return?
Punt return.
A return touchdown or a receiving touchdown?
Receiving touchdown.
Thank you so much for your time, and good luck this Sunday against the Bills.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Sunday's game against the Bills is one that some have billed as a potential shootout, so the Ravens will no doubt need another big game from Duvernay, both on offense and on special teams. Coming up next on Ravens Report, head coach John Harbaugh recaps the win in New England and previews a much-anticipated matchup with the Buffalo Bills.
Ravens Report is brought to you by MedStar Health, the official medical team of the Baltimore Ravens, and you. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Evan Washburn. With a win over the Patriots last week, John Harbaugh reached 150 career wins, an incredible achievement. And now he looks for win 151 in a showdown with one of the AFC's top teams, the Buffalo Bills. And for more on the big game in Baltimore on Sunday, here's the head coach with Garrett Downing.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. I want to start with this because we just walked in off the practice field and you guys had kind of a cool moment out of practice this week where you had a chance to sing happy birthday to OJ Bergantz. How much has he meant to this team and organization?
He means so much, and having a chance to sing happy birthday every year for the last 15 years has meant so much. And we always sing the Stevie Wonder version, happy birthday to you.
This week has been a good week. You guys obviously beat the Patriots on Sunday, and the thing that stood out to me about that game, your defense really getting after the takeaways. I mean, that was an area you kind of sealed the game defensively with the takeaways in that second half. How good was that to see?
Definitely, that's the difference, and that's the thing that we've done so well on defense. We want to keep building on that. That's kind of a #1 thing. That's a main deal right there, takeaways. And I thought our guys were in good position. You've got to be playing good technique. You've got to have your eyes in the right spot. You've got to pressure the quarterback, make him uncomfortable enough to throw those interceptions. So I thought our guys did a great job with that. And then yet, there's so many things that we can get better at, so many things that we're working on to improve on defense and really every part of the team.
It's no secret that Mark Andrews is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been remarkable over the course of his career. What has he done to allow him to just keep getting better every week, every year? The bar just keeps getting higher with him.
Well, God gave him a lot of talent. You know what I mean?
It's a good place to start.
This is a good place to start. He's got that, but he makes the most of it. If he studies, he works in the weight room, he works in the off season. He's got a jugs in his backyard. I mean, this is what this is what it's all about. Really, I think a lesson for all of us, for any young person out there, is if you want to get really good at something, you got to work at it really hard. I'm just so proud of him. He's just one of those guys I think exemplifies what being successful is all about because he's earned it.
So one thing that has stood out to me this week is Lamar Jackson told me after the game, and several other players have said it over the course of this week, which is this is just a start. How pleased are you that the team has taken on that mindset?
Of course, I'm not surprised at all. They understand it's reality. I think that they have a good grip on, real. And real is that we've got a tough game against the Bills coming into our stadium this week, and that's what we've got to get focused on. You got to live in the moment. You got to do your best with this thing at this time, and it's a challenge to do it through the whole season, but we got to focus on that Sunday, one play at a time against a great football team, and see if we can be a better football team this Sunday.
And lastly, Coach, one thing that was interesting this week is you got a chance firsthand to learn how challenging it is to keep up with Lamar Jackson. You try to slime him. You try to keep up with him. Not so well.
Well,
I got to be honest.
Sometimes I hear people say, well, what is it about Lamar that makes him so good? It's like, I don't think you can really understand it until you experience it. And I really experienced it for the first time because I had him in my sights. And I was, just for the record, Garrett, I was moving pretty good.
You were.
I've seen the video.
Yes.
And I was moving pretty good. I was smooth. I had good balance. I had good power producing angles. Just as the slime came out, he went boop, boop. And went from there to there, just that fast. It's like, I got more slime on me than I got on him.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Garrett.
So Sunday's matchup is a great opportunity for both the Bills and the Ravens to see where they stand at the near quarter pole of the season. And if recent games between these two is any indicator, we're in for a good one on Sunday. Here are the keys to the game from my perspective. Manage the conditions. Forecasts show it could be a rainy and windy day in Baltimore on Sunday, so ball security could be the difference in this one. And it's been a theme all season long for this Ravens defense. Limit the explosive passing game. And the Bills, they possess one of the more explosive offenses in the NFL, with a quarterback in Josh Allen and wide receivers Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis. That's it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching. And make sure to tune in to Ravens and Bills Sunday at 1. You can also check out the Lounge podcast presented by DraftKings, now available on video. Ryan Mink and Garrett Downing interview your favorite Ravens and break down every game this season. The Lounge podcast video edition is now available exclusively on the Ravens Podcast Network. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you right back here next week for another edition of Ravens Report.